Oh shit. Saturday Night Live action. Come on in. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. On a Saturday.
Ooh la la, we green.
They go.
Ooh la la, we green.
She like.
Ooh la la, we green.
They go.
Ooh la la, we green.
Like. Ooh la la. They go. Ooh la la. She like. Ooh la la. They go. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? Get now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question really is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes. Y'all know when people be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. I got mine in today. So before you jump off the page, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload my videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. We in the end game because my little nephew, Sin C, is in the building. What up, Sin? You know what I mean? First time on the check-in. We in the end game because he checking it out. I've been telling him to fuck with the channel, rock with the channel, pay close attention because you might learn something. But we really in the end game because unfortunately, splashing across the timeline, and you never know when you're going to be spinning in the clip, as I like to say. And unfortunately, as 2024 kicks off and continues to kick off, we fresh in the early days. We only 13 days into the year. My brother's birthday was yesterday. Told you I got a lot of Capricorns in my family. Salute to all the Capricorns. I couldn't go live yesterday. Sometimes things get in the way and you got to call an audible and do some other shit. But shout out to all the Capricorns. And as I was, bringing in the new year, I was telling y'all I got a lot of Capricorns and saying, be thankful. Be appreciative for even seeing the new year, because some people, they see the new year and then the first day they dead. They dead. They die. Life is lost. We see the fire in the Bronx. 5-year-old boy lost his life. We see, just because it's a new year and you out bubbling in the club and, you having a good time. Billy D on the check-in. What up, my guy? Official Caramel, what up? We know that people was going through different things. So even though it may be a good time for you, doesn't mean it's always a good time for them. And in the celebrity news, unfortunately, what they saying allegedly, Yo Gotti, brother, Big Jook, I believe his name, he just got taken off the board. Definitely happy Saturday. You know the vibes. Billy D, money line. My nigga Billy D, money line. Fuck Chauncey. And unfortunately, when you see like these different channels, these different podcasters like mine, Popovich TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Y'all know over here it's full transparency, and we keep it a buck as best we could. Sometimes we right, sometimes we wrong. So anyway, if you know, then you know when Young Dolph was taken off the board, I haven't heard about him. I didn't know about him. I didn't know about his music. I didn't know who he was. Unfortunately, till he passed. Like a lot of rappers. There's so many rappers. There's so many comedians. There's so many fans only. There's so many people reaching for the goal line, to score that touchdown and become famous. Challenge, right? And that's no knock on him. I'm just saying they from Memphis. We on the New York side of things, New York state of mind. I just wasn't really in tune with his music and his movement. Come to find out, he was getting it out the mud. A lot of people like his music. A lot of people was fucking with him. A lot of people in Memphis had a lot of love for him, right? And then you start hearing the whispers, allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of, Yo Gotti had something to do with it. And I'm not saying that he did on this channel, because I don't know who killed Young Dog. Seen the bullet holes in his car, just seen the scenery, and it was crazy, crazy, shit crazy, like the way they lit the car up and all that. Now, when you swing back around, you say, boom, his brother, you know what I mean? And I didn't know who his brother was either till maybe like 2 hours ago. Know who Yo Gotti is, obviously, you know what I mean? You know, a couple of songs he got and shit like that. Obviously, fucking with Rev Run daughter, you know what I mean? I think they still fucking with each other, you know what I mean? And so now his brother passed, and you see the headline, yo, it's war in Memphis. This and this and that is about to start popping off crazy. You know what I mean? It's like it's popping off crazy, right? I'm like, damn. Some people saying his own brother did it, like Cain killed Abel. And again, I'm not putting out no rumors. I'm not putting out no false, you know, accusations and shit like that. I'm just saying we'll be spinning on a clip like Mano said. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I seen Suge smack game. I'm saying somebody told me Suge smack game down in Miami, right? I just came back from down in Miami. It's a Mano reference. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what's on the blogs. Some people like, yeah, it's a sacrifice. You know, people be quick. Let's talk about a sacrifice, etc. You got Cat Williams, you know, bringing up all these things. And people been conspiracy theoried out. I'm one of them in parts. I don't just run with everything. But if it make a little sense, I'm like, that does kind of make sense. So I can see why people are lining up the dots like that. Nonetheless, it's unfortunate. Then now, you know, a clips of his brother is spinning online now where he's talking about, I guess, Young Dolph throwing little shots and pretty much, you know, like when a felon, right? When a felon commits a crime, and I am a felon, been up top. Y'all know if y'all fuck with the channel, I'm not an angel, right? I did a significant amount of years, you know what I mean? And that's not to brag, it's just to say, I know what that chili con corn and yakisobe is like. I know what that's like. And so I have first-hand experience. So people is like, yeah, you know, he was kind of like a scumbag, you know what I mean? And they showing the videos or they showing little lives with him talking, saying certain things, and what they're trying to do is paint the picture or paint the narrative of what type of individual he is. Just like the news do when the cops kill you or you do some fuck shit, and then they run your rap sheet down and try to say like, yeah, this, you know, even though it was, you know, misconduct on the police behalf or they shouldn't have did X, Y, Z, this guy was a piece of shit. Stephen A, right? Like Jason Whitlock, this guy is a piece of shit. He deserved to die. He got 10 felonies, messing with, you know, domestic violence and shit like that. And now, I don't know who if his brother was a good stand-up individual or not. I don't know if he was a piece of shit, a scumbag, or none of that. I know the narrative that's being painted, but check it out though. The real caveat is, can we really just all get along? And 8 minutes into the show, but you black. And black niggas be doing other black niggas the worst. Like, you gonna Egan a nigga in front of his whole tribe with the motherfucking vampire bat, beat a nigga down to a pulp right in front of his family, right in front of his grandmother, right in front of his kids. And like old dog said, man, these niggas killed your cousin and you ain't gonna go out here and do shit. So niggas be real quick to retaliate. And you know, when you live in that life, by the sword, by the gun, you bout it, chances are, absolutely, chances are that you're gonna meet the same fate that you took other people and players off the board with. If you killing niggas, chances are you're gonna be killed. And you may be killed in a brutal, savage way. Maybe not extreme like Egan, because that's TV, even though we know people that got beat to death with hammers and bats and shit like that, and blunt objects, right? That's a little extreme. That was some Walking Dead shit. It was brutal. But if you living by the sword, you probably gonna die by the sword. If you getting on that bat line and you giving out orders to kill niggas, and you Don Corleone, like, yeah, this is our corner and you under us now, that's a Big Pun reference, Capital Punishment, his first album, which is a classic. You under us now. Don Corleone, and any nickel that gets sold on this park, we want in. How you think it's going to turn out for you? And again, I'm not saying it's good for him. You know, rest in peace to him and condolences to their family. You know what I mean? Because death comes for us all. Like, we all waiting to die. It's just that, you know, when you die, how long they going to remember you? Or in Thanos' words, I hope they remember you. Like, right, because, you know, you see the shit on TikTok spinning in the clip. They're like, after you die, your family going to meet. They're going to have their little repast. They're going to go through your shit, throw out the shit that's not valuable to them, that may have been valuable to you. Keep the shit that's valuable to them. You know, you gone now. You take your apartment, take your storage, take whatever it is, and then after that, you just a little picture on Throwback Thursdays. You just getting a little shout out in the memory, and a lot of times you gone and you forgotten. So you running on a treadmill to try to impress upon people, sometimes family, that after you gone 2-3 years, 2-3 weeks for some, you're forgotten about. You did it and done, right? You just became a resident of Queens, and that means you're done. They forgot about you, depending on, you know, what type of individual you was, and even if you were a good individual. And I see some, and I spoke about some of this on the channel, where certain families or friends and shit, they keep their loved ones alive in whatever way they decide to commemorate their family. But for most of us, you're out of here, you're gone, your stuff and your property, all that shit is gone, and they don't even remember you. They don't even remember you a little bit on certain times, and that's it. And, you know, that's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing, because when you're gone, right, who gives a fuck? You know, just try to live good so that people can remember you for the little times that they do in a good light, and not remember you as some piece of shit ass nigga, some low life, you know what I mean, bitch, some underbelly, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be remembered like that. But we in the end game because Jonathan Majors, you know, we about to celebrate Martin Luther King, you know what I mean? Happy birthday to you. Like the MLK Day, Monday, NBA gonna be going, you know, doing their usual NBA games and shit. And I'm bringing up Majors, one, because he's spinning in the clip still. Why would you go on national TV, right? And I get it, you're an actor. So why you kiss men, kissing their chests and all that, and passionate. And again, you know, it's not a alternate community style, lifestyle bashing. Do you? You got one life to live, and la 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 la, right? Wait till you get your money right, because this is your life and you can live yours. I'm only pointing it out to say that some men, some women still won't do anything for a couple dollars, right? Still won't do anything. Then you have those on the other side that will do anything. And speaking of him with the whole trial, running down the street from the white girl, niggas making skits about it, and this shit is wild funny, right? Like, we here for the shits and giggles. Y'all see, if y'all watching on YouTube, you probably can see the whole background. If you on Instagram, you ain't gonna see the whole background. But I'm marveled out. Like, this, you know what I mean? That's what I fuck with since a kid, right? So I fuck with Jonathan Majors on his character in Marvel and the Creed and the other movies. And we watched him rise to the top on some Dougie Fresh shit. You know what I mean? Like, keep rising to the top. While my mom say, give it all you got, give it all you got. Then you with the white joint, right? And you could date who you want to date. Be with who you want to be with. Because the heart loves who it loves, right? So I'm not wanting to jump on there like some of the sisters or some of the brothers, Umar Johnson. Oh, you dating the white lady, or you dating the Asian, or you dating, date who the fuck you want, right? Challenge. Just be happy about it. Now make them happy. Live your life, because we only got one. However, what people are jumping on, a lot of black sisters, a lot of women from the community, if you will, they're like, this nigga, right? Like, this nigga, like, hate these niggas more than the Nazis, like those type of niggas. They're like, why he get on national TV? I don't know who the lady interviewer was, but she was asking them the questions and shit. Probably would have been better if it was a man interviewer, because, you know, just the the dynamics surrounding the case with it being a woman, being domestic violence, and you see R. Kelly with Gail and all that. So the dynamics of the circumstances surrounding the situation. I think it would have came off better if it was a guy. Nonetheless, she like, what is it about Megan Good, right? So we'll be getting to King Day, Coretta Scott King, while a lot of black sisters is telling this nigga to have several seats, myself included. It's like, bro, if you wanted a Coretta Scott King, and much respect, right? The backbone of Martin Luther King, etc. If you know the history, you know. If you don't, then go Google it. I'm not here to give you the history lesson. I just wanted her to be, in that vein and that spirit of Coretta. And it's like, bro, one, she not even black. Two, Coretta is such high quality woman, and some so high, right? Some women even look down. Like, yo, she stuck around and I would have been bounced. This era now is, I'm not sticking through no thick and thin. We're not going to be poor together. We're not going to go through no sickness and health together. When shit get bad and you got a bag, I'm out of there. Like, do you ever think about when you out of here, like, I'm gone. As soon as the first sight, this marriage means nothing. Coretta held him down while he was alive, and even after he died, put the foundation together, put things in the works so that he can be on. A lot of people don't know that. How the fuck you want her to be Coretta Scott King, my nigga? And she white. And she's a drunk. And she's a low-level female on some slick Rick shit. Just about then, Trevor, my friend, came in. He said, no, Rick, don't you playing with this? It's a sin. He grabbed me by my shirt and pulled me right in the store. Said, I don't want to see you playing with these low lifes no more. Now come along. We got a party to attend with some real mature women and some more of our friends. Like, you hanging with the low life, yet you Jonathan Majors. You King the Conqueror, and you hanging with this bitch that get drunk all the time. And you trying to mold her and shape her so the voice recorders or the emails or whatever is saying you want her to be like Coretta Scott King. And then you got Megan Good there. There's no knock on her. We fuck with Megan, right? Like, you know what I mean? She just was married to a preacher, to a rev or a pastor or whatever his status is in the church. He divorced her. He bounced on her. It just looks bad. Then it's like, yo, I was in depression, and other people are coming out speaking about his past history to try to paint the narrative that even though it's not as serious to be, brought forth with charges, because I really think the case shouldn't have been brought forth. Not to allude, the authorities on whether he really hurt her or not. It's just like a misdemeanor. Nobody really goes to trial for a misdemeanor. Like, it's really just like a disappearance. I had misdemeanors before. You really pay a fine depending on what it is, and it's like the less of the lessons. It's the less of the evils. You're not gonna, like, they don't want to spend the taxpayers' money and select jury and go through all that just to have a whole circus. However, Bragley, the DA for Manhattan, he wasn't having none of that. Then when they asked him to speak on the bat line, he had no comment. I think he made himself look bad going on, the morning show, Good Morning America, or whatever it is, to have Megan Good. A lot of people saying it ain't gonna last. I don't know if it's gonna last or not. I know that you was with the white joints. Now when this case happened, you with the black joint. The optics look kind of funny style, was making us question you and look at you with the side eye, but go off. Like, go ahead, Jonathan Majors. Go ahead and do you, like, you know what I mean? But the Coretta Scott King, we gotta stop throwing out, how people be like, this is a commercial, what is it, Geico, or is it, I think it is Geico, Progressive, and they got the real rock stars, people that was rock stars in the 80s and the 90s, and they're like, we gotta stop using this rock star word, like, your co-worker's the rock star, and you brought the company 10 million this year, you really killing it, so you were a rock star, but you wasn't on stage in front of 100,000 tearing it down. So they're like, yo, let's pump the brakes with the rock star shit. We need to pump the brakes with, the queens and the certain titles that we put on people, especially for somebody like her. Like, the family is offended. I think the daughter came out and was like, it's just kind of like distasteful. And I agree. I think it is a little distasteful for you to kind of, use Shorty in the same breath as a Coretta Scott. And then, I'm from a background of marriages, etc. The climate that we in now for marriages, that shit is on a decline. That shit is a motherfucking submarine nosedive to the bottom of the ocean, and I'm not happy that it's like that. I just recognize that the climate of where we at, it's like that. So, you know, to be a Coretta, to even be like women of that, you know, that era, they had a little more certain type of testicular fortitude, if you will, when they got vaginas. So, you know what I mean? They toughed it out a little bit more than people of today. A lot of people today, like, soon as when adversity hit, they go into a deep depression. They in the bottle, they on the molly, they on the pills, they on this. Life is over, they self-deleting. You know, they just doing the most, you know what I mean? And not really being able to go through some shit to build character. And obviously they say, you know, the measure of a man / woman is not in the times of things going well, but in the times of adversity, when things are going bad. Can you tighten your buckle and hunker down and get through the storm? Keep your faith, stand solid, stand on business, as the young people say. So I just thought he looked bad. The interview made him look worse than what he already is. Even though I felt like, again, he shouldn't have been charged guilty on some misdemeanor bullshit. She chasing him down the street on some Hollywood, you know what I mean? Fucking Halloween shit, you know what I mean? With the mask. I just thought that was crazy, and a lot of people was making fun of it, right? Let's get to this other shit, though. Let's get to Stephen A. Smith. Now let's talk about Jason Whitlock, co-workers, worked on the same network. And y'all know a lot of, real quick too, before I go on, a lot of people in some of these comment sections, they're like, yo, Stephen A. cursing, because you know he did like a whole hour response. Then the next day came back like, yo, if you thought I was done and you must have forgot, came back and, you know, try to obliterate or obliterate and, you know, really shut his shit down. Like, you know what I mean? Any living thing that not coexists with the kid must cease existing. Little nigga, now listen. And we happy that Stephen A. got his own platform. Not really. He on YouTube like a lot of us, right? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Nonetheless, it's not First Take, it's not ESPN, it's not governed by Disney. So he can be a little more, you know what I mean, himself. And I only said that to say when I met him 10 years ago, 2013, Houston All-Star Weekend. And Houston just got a big victory in Wild Card Weekend with the NFL. Shout outs to CJ Strauss and them boys. They out there balling like bowling. Took Joe Flacco and them niggas out of here. Like, damn. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video out of here. Mercedes-Benz and Range Rover, all that shit out of here. You coming back. Last week you was on the supermarket line packing bags. Now this week you throwing bombs to motherfucking Cooper, and now you're out of here. You let the young boy get you up out of here. But that's just side note. It is NFL Wild Card Weekend, and shout outs to Houston. Anyway, we was out there, like I said, first time in Houston, and we met. You know, I met Stephen A. A few of us that was with there took some pictures and shit, and watching him on First Take. As you know now, if you follow ESPN, Stephen A., etc., 12 years, number one. Like, he always bring it up. He always bragging about being number one. And it's hard to be number one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody remembers, and 3, like, you is number one. It's a Nelly reference. And hard work aside, work ethic aside, obviously, if you entertain, then you entertain. So that was 10 years ago. So I ran up on him, or I ran down on him when we met him 2 years after him jumping on First Take with Skip. And you start to get a couple of dollars. Like, in fact, the picture of you seen it, you see the suits don't look like they look now. The suit that he had on when I met him in the lobby, he was at the W. I think he was in the W. Met him, you know what I mean? He was going to get some brunch or whatever. Suit don't look like they look now. Obviously, he getting a couple of dollars. He's that guy now. Like, he's really one of them. And so on on his own platform, he get to be a little loose. So he using the words like calling him a piece of shit, fat bitch, and all that. So people in the comments is like, my ears, my eyes, on some Phoebe Friend shit. They can't believe that he's cursing like this. But when I met him, that's how he was. Authentic, Queens, talking shit, cursing a lot. Like, I even couldn't believe he was cursing a lot. And if you follow the channel, you know when you put the beat on, right. I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed when you put the beat on. However, back then, 10 years ago, I was a little thrown off because he was cursing a lot. And I didn't know if he was like trying to be down. Because when we pulled up on him, he like, oh, y'all from New York. Like, you know, New York, from one New Yorker to another New Yorker, we ain't really hard to spot. Like, you can point out New York niggas anywhere you go. Like, New York niggas is the craziest. West Coast niggas is the craziest. Down South niggas is the crazy. Like, New York niggas, you can spot them anywhere, pretty much. The you know, the accent they say we have, the way we wear Timbs everywhere. Speaking of Timbs real quick, because this is my show, and we unscripted, we authentic. You see this shit real quick, though. This is why niggas can't come up. And this is why most of the people that look like you and me, oh, but you black, when they get up, they don't really reach back. Sometimes they, you know, do a little charity, they do shit, but most of the time, they don't really want you to come up. They gonna link with the people that got it and stay at the top. So I think Pharrell, they got some Timbs, they releasing with him. Come on, bro. Are we serious right now? Just real quick though. Y'all seen that real quick? It was just a little smidgen of a nipple, like Halle Berry. Is that a nipple? No, that's a smidgen of a nipple. And so pretty much what you're seeing right now is Pharrell of the Neptunes, like when the heat busting off and the ambulance come to brush you off and the witnesses like we don't know them boys. Me and my niggas going hey, 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 hey. When the ambulance ings and dust you off and the like niggas going hey, hey, like that little piece of fucking Louis, right? They gonna put on the Timbs and then they gonna charge you $1,000 and most of y'all broke niggas, most of y'all people that don't got it, and I'm broke too, make no mistake about it. I'm just saying. I'm not going out to buy no Timbs because they got a motherfucking little piece of Louis. And that's you, broke niggas. Y'all want to look rich, so you go do shit like this. Like, come on. I mean, but New York niggas can be seen everywhere, right? So anyway, he was cursing a lot. Stephen A. Smith we talking about. So he does the response. You know, he answers Jason Whitlock, yo, you know, like you've been throwing jabs at me. People telling me not to say nothing. So I got on the phone with my bosses. Like, don't cross the gun line, boss. Right. Then I got on the phone with my pastor. And that's you, Stephen A. Like, who you confessing to, my nigga? You confessing to the pastor before you do the sin? Astaghfirullah. Like, I mean, like, people, if you're gonna confess your sins, if you're gonna, you know, tell the world all your business, don't tell the world. Like Fab said, I talk to God before I talk to them blogs. Just go to the Most High, confess to Him, and keep it moving. So you know it's theater in it. You know, Stephen A. he's a diva. You know I mean, he's a no pun intended. That's just how I see him. As far as my, you know, from afar watching him on TV, the ego grows. From when I met him now, the suits, and he bigger than some of these athletes. You hear him say shit like that, like I'm bigger than these athletes. And like Hov said, I make the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can. Right, Hov's a different story. I mean, that is Hov, right? You Stephen A., we get it. You grinded from the bottom. Now you here. But let's talk about the rant, the 50-minute rant. Then he came back like, I'm going to double back on your block, and I dare you niggas to still be standing out there when I told y'all can't stand it no more. Right, I'm going to double back, and then I'm going to see who out there. He came back the second day. But you never address the basketball career. You never address the nail in the 6-inch nail in your kneecap. And then he said, I was saying like the 6'6", what he said, the 6-inch is still there. He tried to clear it up like I made a mistake. Cool, we make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. When you live, you rolling, you unscripted, and you ain't reading off no teleprompter. Everything live over here. So what you see is what you get, and what you getting is your ass kicked. That's a Red Man reference, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. You're gonna make a mess up. You're gonna make mistakes. But are you gonna address the facts? Are you gonna address the argument? Cool, he's a fat bitch. He's a piece of shit. But here's where you lost me at, right? Because he's like, yo, this guy is the worst human being on the planet. I'm saying, oh, I said, damn. He worse than Precious Moms, and that's a fictitious character from the movie with Monique, right? He worse than her. He worse than the cop that stayed 8 minutes on George Floyd's neck. Really? He worse than the white supremacists that shot that church up in what was it, Charleston down south somewhere? Really? And you know, I get it. It's all for sale, and people like him, they love for you to view them. They love for you to tune in. And like what's nigga Don, the nigga from A Boogie. He like, know what I mean? You seeking attention. I curve with a pole when I feel attention. Some people just love it. He like, you know, somebody was saying I did it for the views, cause Club Shay Shay, right? You know, Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shannon. He did over 45, 48 million views. That shit is up. The interview with Cat Williams. He like, my show #1. I don't need to go out of my way to get views. And I'm saying your YouTube show is not #1. You competing with a whole lot of other people, and your response wasn't even really that hard, bro. You called them a couple of names, but did you play ball or not? Where did you come from? Like, we want to know. The same thing why Kwame Brown was asking, why was you at those colleges, boy? And why was you inquiring about me and what I was doing? My guy, my man motherfucking Cartel with a fucking K. What's the word? Happy New Year, my nigga. Know what I mean? Love is love. You know the vibes. Why was you at them colleges, my guy? Worrying about me and what I was doing. So, you know, the thing is when I realized, speaking about, you know, Club Shay Shay, the interview, this is a 2-time Super Bowl champion, my nigga. Denver Broncos, John Elway, like, you know what I'm saying? That type of guy. Worked his ass off to get what he got. He couldn't even believe the views that he got. The overall, you know, the energy that's out there. People coming up to him, like he was saying, if you watch the Nightcap with him and Ocho Cinco, etc. And I speak about this a lot on the channel. Imagine if you that famous, like MJ. No, Michael Jackson. I mean, no, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson. Anyone, you perform like Mike. You know what I mean? Game 6, MJ. So wherever you go, people know you. People falling over themselves just to meet you. Grown men and women is crying over you. Just imagine. That's like Jesus status. It's probably bigger than Jesus, and that's not a knock. We're gonna get the little Nas X and the outrage, right? I'm not being blasphemous because I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he coming back. And he going to handle a lot of business. He going to stand on business when he come back. A lot of people don't believe, a lot of people don't not believe. A lot of people don't know. People that practice the Islamic faith also believe in Jesus Christ. We also believe he coming back and he going to stand on business. Like, a lot of people don't know that. But that's what I believe, right? So that's a side note. So it's no blasphemy. But it's like, yo, you going all out to have people falling all over you, getting to be the top of the top and the best around. But just imagine that, right? Human beings, we're not supposed to have that much power, as Kanye was saying in the movie, you know, with Malcolm X and Denzel, when he like, that's too much power for one man. And hey, you living in the 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody that you ever seen. Like when you step out the house or you step on stage, you got people falling all over you. Just imagine that. And the reason why I'm saying imagine that, I don't have that. Most people don't have that. Most people are not Michael Jordan. Most people are not Mike Tyson. Most people are not motherfucking MJ and who's bad, right? I'm painting that analogy to say this is Shannon Sharp, 2-time Super Bowl. You was on First Take, then you jumped on Fox with Skip. Pretty much you've been in the public eye. But because of this Cat Williams video, you can even see it in his real-time reaction, his real-time, how he feel about it. He's like, yo, man, this is big. And he's really giddy and he like, yo, this shit is it is big. 45 million, like we living in the days of, and it's all for sale, like the views. Niggas is cutting their right arm off to get views. selling hamburgers on the side of the Brooklyn Bridge to get views. Niggas is running on trains and getting on cameras and saying the most outlandish shit just to get regular people and people to tune in. Now I get it. Some views equate to money, right? Let me grab my money, because that's your money, son. Some views equate to money, right? Because that's your money, son. So people is going motherfucking crazy to get views. But when you hear Shannon Sharpe and Ocho talk about the views and how big the interview has gotten, you see that it's even affecting him. Somebody that been in the limelight. Somebody that know what it's like to be in pressure situations when you're playing for a Super Bowl, when you're playing for games that matter. And playoffs, don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game and another game. So you know what it's like to be in the public eye, to be under scrutiny, yet this interview right here. So just imagine women or regular people, you waking up and you see motherfucking mad comments in your DMs. Niggas is hitting you up and you getting all type of comments and shit going to your head. And like the song says, don't let it go to your head now. Like, don't let it go to your head, because these people they're real, but they're not really real. And they don't really give a fuck about you. And as soon as when shit go bad, they're going to be talking about you in a negative light. They're going to be putting up your videos and talking shit about you, just like they was cheering you on and rooting you on. Another thing that spoke about this, because this is the era we living in. When people rock with you, they rock with you. When people fuck with you, they fuck with you. Meaning like, all right, Cat Williams, we seen the interview, then he came back and now it's another interview with him on Willie D, right? And some people saying the Willie D interview was first, but Shannon released his first. So it was first to bat. I know Willie D like, damn, that nigga mad. And I'm just playing. I don't know if he's mad or not, but I know he's saying like, damn, if I would have released this fucking interview first, my shit might have went to 45 million. Instead, I'm at the low level. And I'm not sure what his interview is right now as far as Cat Williams, but I know it was a different contrasted styles how he was conducted, because he's sitting back and, you know, he's talking about the Ali Rashid and, you know, that whole Cat Williams story about not knowing the guy and never meeting the guy, still giving him a couple dollars and shit like that. But the Shannon Sharpe shit is like, he's speaking about, you know, how the industry is moving and it's all for sale and people doing all type of things, right? What he ain't saying is everybody coming away from that, looking at that podcast and that interview, that everything Cat Williams is saying is real. Everything he said is the truth. Nothing is a lie. We're not questioning nothing. There's no critical thinking. Even to the point of people like Kevin Hart not even funny. Now, if you had that opinion prior to the interview, cool. Not mad at you, not judging you. I'm not making you think Kevin Hart is funny or anybody else. But I know before the interview, I thought Kevin Hart was funny. I still think he's funny. Cat Williams got a point that, you know, he was a plant, he's not a plant. I don't know if he's a plant or not. I know Hollywood is Holly weird, and nothing really surprises me when you put the beat on, not even with him. You know what I'm saying? But Kevin Hart got a new movie coming out on Netflix. Go to his page, looking at him promote his movie. People in the comments like, yo, he ain't that funny. He never was really funny. I mean, if you believe that, cool. I'm not telling you what to believe. What I'm saying is, if you thought he was funny before the interview, what makes him now not funny? So let's stop putting these people so high that we think their word is bond to the 10th power, that every single thing that they say is law, is accurate, is right and exact, and, you know, everybody's wrong. So like, you can't even say, yo, nah, I think Kevin Hart is funny. If you say that now, like, you the enemy, and we so lacking in the leadership department. Like Ebony Williams, she's spinning in the clip right now as well. Forget what podcast she was on, but now she's finally seeing the light, if you will. And she's like, yeah, you know, even in my 40s, you know, this is my experience now. I date the 56-year-old, 57-year-olds, and I find that it's a nice little small pocket for women that's 38, 37, 45-ish, and that 8-year, 7-year gap that you can link with somebody that's well off, 56, 57, 55, because they'll still see some youth in you. They'll still value, your age bracket, right? And this is my show. We unscripted. We just do what we want over here. And that's why you tune in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So I said, damn, Ebony K. Williams, she was spinning in the clip, the bus driver, and she wouldn't date the bus driver, and she freezing the eggs, and she telling black women, you ain't got to get married, if you got the money, then you can just go, buy your sperm and splash, 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 whoo, splash. That's an Easy E reference. Instead of getting your cheeks clapped, you can just go to the clinic and buy your sperm, right? You know what I mean? And then have the baby that way. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. I wish her nothing but the best. Like, cheers. I wish you nothing but the best. I just find it interesting that now you're coming out saying that. However, we got to stop acting like, these people, everything they say is 100% right and exact. There ain't nothing wrong with questioning some shit. There ain't nothing wrong with looking with the side eye and saying, I get you on this, but I don't get you on this. We need to, it just seems like we lacking in the leadership department, as she said, so much. That any entertainer, any athlete, anybody that got a channel, and they all got channels now. Like she said, she done tried all of the races. And that's you, Ebony K. Williams. She like, I done tried them all. This is what she told Ayana Van Zandt. Like, I done tried all of the races, all the men, anybody that you could think of, no matter what date and area. We done tried them all. And I'm being funny. Anybody that's a rapper, actor, podcaster, whoever, that got a little traction, got a little voice, you feel them a little bit, you can relate to them a little bit, you take everything they say as the fucking Bible. As the fucking, the word of God. Like, And you standing on that shit. You in the comments arguing with people over that shit. I'm like, bro, you don't even know Cat Williams. You don't know if he's telling the truth or he's not. Like, they wars is they wars, and I get it. It's entertaining. It's very entertaining. It's very, very entertaining, and that's why we tuning in. A lot of us love the fuckery. The buffoonery remains at an all-time high. You can't get enough of it, and I understand. But put nobody, in that position to where if they do some shit that's unbecoming, right? Now you let down. You feel disappointed because you put all that oomph into somebody that you don't even know. You ain't in their lifestyle, you ain't in their level, you ain't in their world, and you just taking what they say on face value and you running with it. No research, no nothing, and you just running with it. I think that's foolish. You setting yourself up for motherfucking failure. Let's get into some other shit though, right? Let's get into Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers, the Pat McAfee show. We staying in the ESPN vibe and, with the Stephen A's. And ESPN been a gift that's been given for a long time. But from firing Jamel Hill and, letting Dan Le Batard go and, Rob Parker, people that, come out and they was working on ESPN, but now they got their own podcasters. And like I said, everybody that was somebody that ain't nobody now, as far as what they was known for, got podcasters. LL got podcasts. He was an actor on the Cop Show. Joe Budden's one of the #1 podcasters. Cam and Mace, like Mason Betta. Them two niggas got podcasts. They shit doing well. Troy Al, like this is the lane. You know what I mean? Like this is the lane that they jump in. And not saying that you can't what's the word? Reinvent yourself. You know what I mean? On to the next, what's the word? You know what I mean? Like, not saying you can't reinvent yourself. Because you should. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's nothing wrong with keep finding ways to get to the bag, keep finding ways to have people interested into you. But that's what we see, populate our airways or, our timelines. And like Lil Wayne said, you need to stop focusing on the timeline where everybody like line. You know what I mean? And so, Aaron Rodgers, New York stand-up, came out, first game of the season, first play of the season, first two plays of the season. You out of here. Achilles tore, maybe not, kind of, sort of. Some people still ain't buying it, right? Was in a dark cave for 4 or 5 days. Had the shit with Jimmy Kimmel. Took a couple of shots at Jimmy Kimmel. Told him don't want to see the list, the Epstein list. And I honestly believe we're not going to never really see the true list. They doctored it up. They did what they needed to do to make sure whatever list comes out, that's who they want to be exposed. And whoever they didn't want to be exposed, you'll never find out. You'll never find out, right? And I thought it was interesting because Pat McAfee, I didn't know who he was till he came on ESPN. You know, even though his platform is big. That's why ESPN gave him all that money. Well, anyway, he had a segment where he had Aaron Rodgers on there every Tuesday. The Tuesday Aaron Rodgers come on there. And, you know, real political, not like a lot of sports, maybe a little sprinkle with sports, but always talking about, like, you know, the vaccine and this and that. And, you know, Shay, obviously, Shannon Sharp, he got a podcast now. Obviously, his shit is big. And, you know, he got a lot of viewers, a lot of new followers because of the Cat Williams. And he like, Aaron Rodgers think he's the smartest cat in the room. I don't know if he fuck with Aaron Rodgers or he don't. The Black Light, what up? I don't know if he fuck with Aaron Rodgers or not, right? But I fuck with Aaron Rodgers in the sense of, I fuck with anybody that's willing to put their life on the line or have something to risk as opposed to just go along, get along, some Kwame Brown shit. And just because y'all saying we got to do this, nah, I'm not rocking with that. So anybody that's like that, I'm going to rock with a little bit just because you willing to show a little resistance, like just a little bit. And I point to this a lot. Well, I point out this example a lot. I know I've been up top. I'm not an angel. Did time upstate in state penitentiary, right? And what you have is a lot of opportunists, a lot of gang niggas, right? When they deep and they got a lot of numbers, these niggas is tough. They gonna take your food. They gonna rough you up. They gonna, you know what I mean, try to run down on you. Soon as when they not with they niggas and they by themselves, then you get to see if they really tough or not. Then you get to see if you still about that life, like you said you was. Like, oh, like DY, why you want to fuck with them niggas? And you know they was popping all that shit at the other jail, right? It's a DMX reference. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Stand on business when the odds is not favorable. When you got something to lose. And I'm not saying like go out there, you was making $1 million a year and give up your millions of dollars just to be working like the regular people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I like a little pushback. The niggas just ain't quick to just take a jab and tell me to take a jab, and the Stephen A's and the people on the big network. So I see that shade like, he think he's the smartest in the room and kind of like hating a little bit or throwing shade for whatever reason. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I like that. And I also like Pat McAfee because he's like, because of the controversy, I'm trying to get my bag. I ain't going to have Aaron Rodgers on. We ain't going to be talking all this political shit. We're going to have him off the show. Then on Thursday, have Aaron Rodgers back. Sock it to me. You know what I mean? Like trolling you motherfuckers. Like, this is my show. I ain't going to motherfucking switch things up just because we on a bigger network and we're going to have y'all have creative control over us. Like, if you tired of your execs dancing in your videos, you tired of them having, creative control over your songs, then come over to Death Row. And that's a Suge Knight reference. I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's like, nah, we still going to do it the way we've been doing it for our fans. You got to love somebody like that, right? Like, you ain't just going with the regular degular. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers back there, even though he didn't talk about the vaccine and Jimmy Kimmel, he was talking about Bill Belichick and, him obviously parting ways with Robert Kraft. And, we had 3 icons in the football world either get fired in Pete Carroll's situation, or you had, Nick Saban step down, retire, and then you had Bill Belichick step down, all part ways with the New England Patriots, and we're going to see where he going to go. And right, do you ever think about when you out of here, your football career, out of here, you're 24 years on the sideline with Tom Brady, you out of here. And I don't know, real quick, even though we're talking about, Aaron Rodgers, and the Pat McAfee show. I don't know if he's gonna be hired again. I know people saying like, yo, anybody would be happy to get the greatest coach on the sideline. But he is older. And Pete Carroll was 72, and I don't care how much spry and spunky he feels, you know, or how spry and energetic he seems running down the sideline. He's still 72, and obviously he probably forgot more football than I'll ever know, because I'm not claiming to know a whole lot of football. I know who to bet on. You know what I mean? Because that's your money, son. I don't know if he's going to be hired again, or you know, you got a C.J. Strauss. You know, you want young quarterbacks, you want young coaches, you want, you know, the game is changing over. We'll probably never see an era like that was again, as far as New England and Bill Belichick coming from the Jets, then going to the Browns, and ultimately, you know, going to New England. And then you see, what's the other Wonder Boy out of fucking the LA Rams, Sean McVay. He got hired at 30. He's 37 now. He's been in the league 7 years. Already won the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. And this is Wild Card Weekend. We're going to talk about the games and who I like in a few minutes. Back to Aaron Rodgers and Shannon Sharpe. You got to be careful of people that say certain things like I think he's the smartest in the room. And you got people that's real smart. The Miami quarterback playing Kansas City tonight, I can't even think of his name. Matter of fact, real quick, score check. Have you seen my video that I put up earlier? I had Miami with the 4.5, and I had Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Rocks. I sincere holler at you later, inshallah. My nephew on the check-in now, he out of here. You know, they say he too smart for his own, you know, for his own self, and he sounds so intelligent. You know, there's nothing wrong with being sharp and speaking intelligent. And you know, especially when black folks speak with proper, you know, speech or enunciation, etc. We'll quickly point out and say, well, they sound white. Well, they sound, you know what I mean? No, they sound educated. They sound like they went to school, they learned some shit, and they sound how they're supposed to sound. And not liked it, and, you know, speaking ignorantly, or, you know, just saying anything. And a lot of times when you speak proper, people will view you as, you sound white. You're trying to be white. No, I'm just educated. It don't got nothing to do with race and skin color. I'm just smart. just black and brown like you. Tell me, leave a 1 in the chats, right? I know I don't got a lot of followers. Leave a 1 in the chats if you ever been told or been around somebody that spoke well, was educated, but everybody else around him was like, yo, this nigga trying to sound white. This bitch thinks she white. No. You just programmed. You just indoctrinated that because I'm speaking the way you're supposed to speak, I'm trying to be white. See how that sounds? Shannon Sharpe, you would think like, yo, you went to college? You played in the league? You should, you know what I mean? Regardless of your list and your speech, you still got the education. So why are you saying that about Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. Sound like some little hate a little bit. You know what I mean? And then I fuck with Shannon. You know what I mean? I don't know about the sexuality. I seen a lot of that. People was trying to come at him, tight clothes on, a little doggy, his assistant. Who was saying that about him? Jason Whitlock. You know, they was co-workers at one time. So I really don't know. But, you know, be mindful of people that want to try to silence you, that don't want you to, you know, speak a different, you know, a different point of view from theirs. If you standing on, you know, what you believe in your principles and morals, what's wrong with somebody else saying what they stand on? Let's see if we can come to an agreement. If we can't, then we agree to disagree. But that don't make me wrong. It don't make you wrong. It just makes us have a difference of opinion. And we all got them. That's why all this podcast shit and all this social media shit is popping off crazy with different channels. And whoever you like, whoever entertains you the most, that's who you fuck with. Soon as somebody that you don't like say some shit that you disagree with, you don't like them. You ain't fucking with them. Soon as somebody that you rock with say some shit that you disagree with, but you like them, you gonna fuck with them. We pick and choose who we rocking with. And I get it. I'm not mad at that. I get it. Let's talk about this shit real quick too, though. All right. Speaking of, Shay room and a nightcap. You know, you got Ocho Cinco up there. We was talking about Stephen A. against Jason Whitlock, and this shit is entertaining. And this shit is kind of like buffoonery a little bit. So we had Evelyn Lozada, right? I guess that was Chad Ocho Cinco. He was married to her one time. Allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. He was supposed to have put hands on her. And I guess they settled, or, you know, obviously they marriage dissolved, etc. She was on, you know, Basketball Wives and shit. So she on this podcast with the fanboy dude, Jason, I think that's his name. And out of nowhere, out of all the shit that they talking about, he shows her, I'm that guy, 38. What's the word, my G? He shows her a picture of Stephen A. And she like, oh, yeah, you know, I never would date Stephen A. or somebody like him because, you know, back when this whole shit popped off with Chad Ocho Cinco, he was going at me hard and this and that and woo, 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 and I didn't know who she was. I know she was, you know, obviously, you know, Basketball Wives, and they push these people in front of us. A lot of women be following them. That's why a lot of them is lost and turned out. Olivia, the Whispers, that's a Whispers reference. You know what I mean? You're lost and turned out because you're following a lot of goofies. Let's just keep it a buck. Came here to hear what I had to say. That's what I'm sticking with. That's my story. You may not agree with it. You may not like it. And I'm not going to say dudes don't do this or men don't do this. If they do it, it's not in the same ways. It may be done differently or subtle. But the reason why I bring up the ladies, like where the ladies at, because y'all like go get your whole head done the same way. You're going to go get your whole body done the same way. You're going to go get the same bag. You're going to go do everything and literally copycat these fucking Basketball Wives, these Love and Hip Hop people. Like whoever you feel, you know, the Nicki Minaj's, the Cardi B's, the City Girls, the Megan Stallions. And again, you can do you. Like you can do what the fuck you want. I'm just taking observation to say it's a little goofy behavior. Who would want to be with a whole grown-ass woman that's trying to imitate another woman that's goofy or clownish? You know what I mean? Or like, just like you can't take serious. So, you know, people in the comments was like, yo, you still talking about this shit? You know, let it go, please, bury that shit. And, you know, why are you doing it? Because you're chasing relevancy? People will literally do anything just to get that dopamine of people is tuning in or people got something to say, and that's good or bad, right? It's good or bad. Like the Lil Nas X, right? Let's talk about Lil Nas. I just wanted to throw her out there. Nobody really cares about her. Nobody cares. Stephen A. don't want you. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. You don't want Stephen A., but I'm sure, almost certain, he would never fuck with you. And, you know, for a lot of reasons. That's just my take on it. Why are you bringing him up and talking about, oh, because Chad Ocho Cinco, your ex, they getting a lot of views over there on Club Shay Shay and the Nightcat. Stephen A. is on the mornings, you know, on ESPN, one of the biggest networks, whether you hate him or love him, every morning. So, of course, you want to be attached to somebody that people are talking about every day because it makes you relevant. And again, sometimes the views turns out to be the money because that's your money, son. Let's talk about this hip-hop shit, though, right? Let's talk about Lil Nas X. I think the last time I spoke about him was when the shoes came out, the sixes, the triple sixes, or, you know, what's the devil sign? 666. I don't know the name of the shoes, but the Lil Nas X shoes. And the reason why I said the last time I spoke about him is I'm not a fan of his. I don't listen to his music. I don't fuck with him. I don't follow him on social media. I'm not in tune with him because I don't want to be. Kind of get what they're doing with him, whether they, you know, made him do it, whether he wanted to do it, whether he was a willing participant or not. I know somebody pointed out to me, because I was going to talk about it, like, you going to talk about the Nas Extra? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to talk about the new video, etc. And they're like, yo, he's saying he want to expose the industry. Okay, well, what are you exposing? What, you know, something that we don't know? You know, you're going to show us some contracts. tell us you was at an Illuminati party, told us somebody wanted to pump you in the butt, and you refuse, like, oh, what you want to tell us? I really don't know, and I really don't care. But this is what I want to talk about. Obviously, everybody's talking about the good old days. Well, let's talk about the good old days. That's a Wu-Tang reference. 36 Chambers, and could it all be so simple? Like, everybody's talking about the good old days. Well, everybody's talking about this in this video. Apparently, like the last video, he was going to hell, lap dancing on the devil, then he broke his neck, and, you know, all this ritual bubblegum shit, right? To indoctrinate you, because you fuck with it, right? I don't fuck with it. And that's you. And that's you, ladies and gentlemen, if you rock with it. So now he's Jesus, astaghfirullah, you know what I mean? May Allah have mercy on us, because we need it. We don't definitely need it. Now he's a transgender Jesus Christ. I didn't watch the video. The last video I did watch, when he went to hell to the devil and all that and was dancing on the devil, I did watch it for video purposes, so I can know what I was talking about. This time I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna watch it, not because I'm shocked and amazed when you put the beat on, and if you rock with Papa His TV, then you know when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. However, I'm not shocked. I'm not amazed that he took a reach to, you know, try to get people talking. People fell for the banana in the tailpipe. You know what I mean? My nigga Great Fire on the check-in. And that's you, right? That's you. I'm not shocked and amazed, people. This is the play card. This is the, you a narcissist, you toxic masculinity, you know, I'm strong and independent. This is the go-to. Like my nigga Great Fire, like this is the go-to. This is what they do when they want to get you engaged, when they want to get you in your feelings, when they want to get you to, you know, talk about it. So I'm like, all right, you a transgender Jesus. So you playing basketball, and, you know, the little clip that I sent, like I said, I didn't watch the video. I don't know the whole song or none of that, but are you shocked and amazed? Yeah, you, ladies and gentlemen, and lowlife, I'm talking to you. Are you shocked and amazed that this is the go-to for him? That he came out, he want to dress like Jesus. You know, then what's the difference between Nas and Diddy and You Can Hate Me Now? Like, you can hate me now, because I won't stop now. Like, don't hate me, hate the money I see. Clothes that I buy, ice that I wear, the flows that I try. Close your eyes, picture me rolling. Like, right, some Nas reference, fire song, lyrics, undeniable. Are you shocked and amazed that this gay guy, all of a sudden, old country road, now he's gay, and he could be definitely gay. Do I think he's gay? Yes. I mean, you can't act in gay. You can't play gay, to me. Like in my book, once you play gay, you're gay. Right, you're gay. You're not playing gay, you're gay. In my book, and a lot of men's book. You can try to run from it, dread it. Destiny arrives all the same. Like, I don't know what's in your book. Some people will say, nah, he's bi. No, you're sucking dick, you're gay, if you're a man. If you're taking it from the back, you're gay. You're not bi, you're gay. You just happen to like both sexes. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, because that's you. Like the Purple Tape, Raekwon birthday, another Capricorn. Shout out to Raekwon the chef. I met him and shit on his birthday, maybe like 8 years ago. And you're going to come out in your own way like the Purple Tape. But are you shocked? Are you outraged that they're using Christianity as the butt of the jokes? Right, because when you look online, you see a lot of Christians, and again, I follow or I subscribe to the Islamic faith, and I'm not perfect, y'all know that. Can Christianity, or I say not can, is Christianity the only religion that people feel safe to play with? Because like you see in the comments, they're like, yo, you're not doing that to the Jews. You're not doing that to the Muslims. Like, are you Muslims? Like, right from the Malcolm X movie, when the lady was like, you know, if it ain't a Muslim, you ain't gonna do nothing. And then what Malcolm do? Went down to the precinct, snapped his fingers, made everybody follow him, and like one man shouldn't have all that power. You don't really see people playing with Islam like that. I mean, you see instances where, a sister may get her hijab snatched off, something crazy, and the right people wasn't around, put foot the ass when you playing with the sisters like that, or people hear you talking about the Quran, or the messenger of Allah. People will kill you. People will gun you down, cut your fucking face off. You talking crazy about their religion. Some people is willing to die and put it all on the line for what they believe. They're not just talking. Right. Some people not just talking. You just talking. You just doing it for views. You doing it to get people to look at you and maybe get a couple dollars, and people hear you talking crazy, like Uncle Murder, the rapper. Crazy, shit crazy, and then they fuck you up real bad. So I said, I kind of see what people are saying, because people do tend to get out of line with the Christian religion, and one of the reasons why is they say it's the white man religion. So they feel more comfortable. And that's why I said people, without getting all religious, a lot of people don't know that the Islamic religion, they believe in Jesus Christ. So it's not just a Christian religion, they believe in Jesus Christ. That he was born from Mary and no father, miraculous birth, and went up to the heavens and will come back before the day of judgment to set shit right. Right. That's what a lot of Islamic people that follow the Islamic religion believe. You probably didn't know that. Like, these is $100,000 sneakers, you ain't even know it, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. I am kind of like leaning towards what they say. It's like, yeah, it's the white man religion, so we can be disrespectful. Because they indoctrinated us, they enslaved us. They took our religion, they took our language, and Kuta Kinte, now your name is Toby, and we're going to whip the fire out of you. We're going to whip that fiery, rebellious energy out of you. Then we're going to give you the Bible. But also what people don't realize in the Islamic faith is that we believe in all of the books. What? What? A lot of y'all probably don't know that. Y'all not doing no research. You ain't going to study none. You don't even really give a fuck. It's only for talking points in certain spaces. You want to have a little something to say. But Muslims believe in all of the books. Now, they may believe stuff was a little flipped and bounced, and here niggas come, here you say one word, and here they come, they want to flip it and bounce it, and now they taking your word and getting the shine before you get a chance to shine on your own shit. No, Muslims believe in the Bible. They believe in the Torah, which is the Jewish book. They believe in the book of David and the Quran. They believe in all of the books. So it's not a white man religion. White men they may have took it and, used it as a tool, but it's not a white man religion. That's just side note. It's my show. Talk about what I want. So I understand why some Christians are saying that. But are you shocked and amazed that that was his go-to? You talking about it because why? Because he's gay and he's playing Jesus. Some Christians believe, you can be that in their religion. Come one, come all. Come to the church in your best, or come to the church in your lowest. We'll accept you. Most other religions is not accepting that. They don't believe in that. When you study the scriptures, it says, man and woman, not man and man. And I'm not bashing. Again, la. This is your life. Live yours. I'm going to live mine. And just know that we all going to be held accountable for how we lived on this earth. That's really all I have to say. I'm not going back and forth, which I've been in so many religious disputes and debates. And if you follow my channel, I got Bible certificates. I'm not just talking. I can go in my closet. I was about to say my locker. I'm about to say go in my locker. I can go in my closet, pull out the certificates. Oh yeah, I studied this. I got certificates for this. I'm not just talking. Even I don't really engage with people like that no more, because like the good book says, whether you tell them till you blue in the face, till they believe or not, they're gonna believe what they're gonna believe. You're gonna believe what you're gonna believe, and that's that. That's really it. That's all you can do is say, listen, this is what I believe, and I disagree what you think. How about this? And where, And that's really it. You're not really gonna try to conform nobody. There's no compulsion in religion. I can't force you to believe what I believe. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and we're going to come out in our own way. And, you know, when shit hit the fan, we're going to see who was right or wrong. That's all really you can do. With that being said, is it the same as Nas and Diddy when they was on the cross? Is it the same as Machiavelli and Come With Me? Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La da 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 da. He on that Machiavelli album on the cross. And the 7-Day Illuminati? Right. What about Kendrick Lamar? And, you know what I mean? Be humble. Sit down. Like, bitch, be humble. You know what I mean? Who that? You see him at the Last Supper with the thorns on his head. He was playing Jesus. Why he don't get no kickback? Why he don't get no, you know what I mean? Like, yo, what you doing, my nigga? You playing with my religion and what's going on? Again, maybe people have a less of a respect because also Christianity is turned the other cheek. We see, you know, Nation of Islam, the Fruit of Islam, and even some brothers, they're going to jihad. They're going to fight and die for what they believe in, even if it means putting it all on the line. So you may be a little, you know, you ain't really willing to go there like that. You thought you was about that life, but you're not about that life. That's a great Fire reference. You're not about that life. You're only going to go up so much as soon as somebody else say, oh, no, I was willing to die for this. You wasn't willing to die, so why are you playing with me? Because I'll kill you. Yeah, I'll kill you. Then I'll go to jail and, like Kendrick Lamar said, walk up to that courtroom and tell the motherfucking judge, like, yeah, I did that. Like, I did that. You don't got to search for me. I'm walking to the courtroom like I did that. I killed him for fucking with me, for fucking with my family. Let some nigga touch my brother, touch my mother, touch my father. Y'all know the song. Fire song, right? Off that damn album. I'm going to kill you. With no thoughts about it. For playing with mine. And then some people, they just going to play with it. So, you know, got to get that same energy to Nas, the real Nas, not Lil Nas X. Got to get that same energy to Kendrick and all the other peoples that play with the Christianity religion. And let's talk about this. We got time today. We 71 minutes. We're not going to stay too long, but I do got time. The new movie that's coming out, I think it came out today or it came out yesterday because today is Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. I'm hearing that Jay-Z produced it or he was the executive producer or he put the money up for it, or I know Jay-Z's name is mentioned, and it's not just because of the soundtrack and the new song that he got with D'Angelo. Real quick, I think I saved that. It's like some spoken word shit. A lot of people was down on the soundtrack or down on the song. Let me see if I can find the Jay-Z shit real quick. Jay-Z. I might have heard the song. I think I saved it. There you go, right here.
Champagne about you. Playing girl, you know I'm crazy about you.
You know I'm crazy about you.
You ran back to your mama house, asked my friend they could vouch. Slept on the couch with the bed ain't the bed without you.
Slept on the couch because the bed ain't the bed without you, baby.
Love you for my life.
Love you so much.
Put that on my bed. Put that on my daddy's Newport cigarettes.
Nigga say it sound like Beyonce though.
I got toxic traits. Tears in my champagne about you. Playing girl, you know I'm crazy about you.
You know I'm crazy about
You
you.
know that week you went back to your mama house, asked my friend they could vouch. Slept on the couch to the bed ain't the bed without you. Leave the songs looped up in my head. Love you for my life, and I'll put that on my bed.
So a lot of people like this shit is trash. We're gonna talk about the movie, the Book of the Clarence. So you know, a lot of people was like, this shit is trash, my guy. When you scroll through the timeline, niggas like this shit is trash. And I'm a Jay-Z fan, as far as musically wise, lyrically wise, just strictly music. I'm also a fan of or I would say I admire obviously, you know, the path that he walked as far as business, coming from where we come from and making it to where he made it to, because obviously that's not easy. If it was, a lot of people would do it. And you know, you gotta kudos when people do exceptional and extraordinary things, right? Unless they with the Illuminati and niggas is getting help and you know, it's all for sale. But he spoke about Illuminati and being a Freemason on the Rick Ross album, Freemason, etc. But anyway, Okay, it's official. Nas won. Here come all the Jay-Z hate comments. As much as I'm a Jay-Z fan, I'm going to admit it. This ain't it. To all other Jay-Z fans, it's okay to say you're not feeling it. Let somebody else do this same type of music and people will say it's whack. But being that it's Jay-Z did it, like a breath of fresh air, fuck out of here. This is weak. I didn't listen to the whole track yet. I only heard little snippets on Instagram, on my timeline, where everybody like lying. So those are the only little pieces I hit. Somebody put Epstein Island, Jay-Z with the shaking their head emoji. Fumbled the D'Angelo feature because the D'Angelo was on the feature. And we haven't heard from D'Angelo in a while. You know, I fuck with D'Angelo, especially his first album, Brown Sugar Baby, you know what I mean? But anyway, the movie, The Book of Clarence. This is a movie that takes place in the era of Jesus Christ, who we just was talking about. May peace and blessings be upon him, right, from the Most High. And so, you know, the black guy, he's like, damn, this guy's, you know, he's getting a lot of popularity. This is from what I gather from the little snippets and, you know, the little trailers that I've seen. So pretty much look like he's a con man. So it's like, damn, Jesus is raising the, you know, he's raising the dead. He's making wine out of water, fish out of bread, and all this shit. Let me try to capitalize off of the newfound popularity of being a Messiah, of being somebody who is divinely guided by God. Let me swoop in and see. And I thought that was interesting because I can only imagine like living back in that day with no phone, you know, no cars and camels, living in the desert, living in Egypt, you know what I mean, or Africa. You know, obviously these prophets and messengers that came at that time was, oh, but you black. They look like me and you. Well, probably not like me because I'm a little light-skinned, but little dark skin, little hair like Brillo, and you know what I mean, bronze skin from the sun rays, sunshine. Everybody likes to get brown in the sunshine. Saying, damn, this movie will probably be ill to see how some con artists would even come about some ideas to try to capitalize off a Messiah or somebody that's saying they're the messenger of God to challenge them. And if you've seen the Moses movie or you know the Moses story, you know that Pharaoh, I mean another person, Stephen A, right? Like Jason Whitlock is worse than Pharaoh? Like, come on, bro. He can't be that bad. Like, come on, Pharaoh said, I'm gonna kill all your firstborn male children. They dead. They done. They're a resident of Queens. You're done. Worse than that? Like, jeez. Worse than Hitler? I think the Jews would disagree, my guy. Saying Jason Whitlock is worse than Hitler? Worse than the nigga that killed George Floyd and he just got stabbed up. They jugged him in prison, right? He can't be worse than him. I'm just saying. This is what Stephen A said. So just imagine you living in the Jesus Christ time, the camels, the goats and shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, no TV, no internet. And all it is word of mouth. You hearing about somebody that raised the dead, that cured leprosy and, you know, did some of the miracles that Jesus Christ has been said to do. Then you come up and you concoct a scheme to try to capitalize off that. So that's what I think the movie is about. It looks funny. It looks like it will be entertaining. A lot of black cast. Obviously, the dude that played in what's the movie? The Black Messiah and Judas. What's going on? The Black Messiah and Judas. As far as the what's the guy name? Damn, what the fuck is his name? Fred. I think it was Fred Hamilton movie, the Black Panther Liberation Army. What's going on right now? Hold on, we're gonna end this live right now. I think I was on too long. The video must be at least okay. So how about we go back? They're fucking with me right now. They're fucking with me right now. 1 second. Because we live on a few platforms. Let me just get this right back. You know, we live, we rolling, we unscripted. Let's refresh that page. Anyway, You living in these times, you hearing about a Messiah doing X, Y, Z. How would you get money or gold or whatever it is that you're trying to get? So I think that's what the movie is about. A lot of people is mad. They bringing up old Hove lines and some. I forget what the pastor name was back when that New York song was out with Jay-Z. I'm from New York. Well, Alicia Keys, and he like Jesus can't save you and all that. People was real mad about that line that Hove said. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, we back live on Instagram. Yeah, kid, we back live on Instagram. People was mad about that. Mad about that line about, Jesus can't save you. And Jesus can save you. I'm sorry, y'all. But Jesus is not God. I don't believe Jesus is God. He's just a messenger, just a prophet. He was just a man. He was an extraordinary man. But my belief, what I'm sticking to is he just was a man. He's not the Most High. So only the Most High can save you and forgive you. That's what I believe. You can believe what you want to believe. Cool. We're not going to go back and forth on some religious shit. Anyway, let's get into some picks and shit, right? Let's get into Wild Card Weekend. Right now, Kansas City is destroying. Kansas City is up 26-7. I had like Miami with the 4.5. I also like Cleveland -2. Wild Card Weekend, and it's looking like it's going to be Kansas City. I don't see frigid is cold. A lot of people were saying Tua Tagovailoa is going to have some problems in the cold. Miami going to have some problems in the cold because if Miami wins, then they go to Baltimore. If Kansas City wins, they go to Buffalo, provided that Buffalo beats Pittsburgh. I think Buffalo will beat Pittsburgh. So let's run through a couple of quick picks real quick. Like I said, Kansas City is up. They up 25. I don't think they're gonna lose, even though I did have Miami with the 4.5. I thought Kansas City would win. Money line. Shout out to my nigga Billy D. Money line. All right, tomorrow slates was supposed to be 3 games. It was supposed to be Green Bay at Dallas, Rams at Detroit, and it was supposed to be Pittsburgh at Buffalo. But if you in the East Coast region, the weather been real bad. A lot of tropical storms, a lot of fucking tornadoes in Tennessee or wherever that shit was. The videos that I seen of them tornadoes, jeez. Listen, when the phone's off, it's only one to call on. Again, I don't want to be too religious on y'all. A lot of y'all is fucking sinners and heathens, and I'm a sinner as well. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But when you see like what they say is Mother Nature, when the law's ready to take us, or God, or whoever you believe, when they ready to do you in, you're done. It's nothing. There's nowhere you can run. There's nothing you can do. Like, you can be scared of flying. You know what I mean? Take a boat, take a car, and be in a car accident. Run to the highest building, still get flooded out. You're like, no, it's not going to rain for 30 days and 40 nights. It can't be, right? It's impossible. Then you get flooded, and we have a little tropical storm or a little storm in New York, and your basement is flooded out. You know what I mean? All your property is damaged. When the phone's off, there's only one to call on. I only say that to say, so they moved the game till Monday. Now it's going to be 2 games on Monday. All right, so tomorrow's games got Green Bay at Dallas. Dallas giving 7. Some of y'all might have had Dallas -7.5. Got time money. What's the word, my guy? Green Bay is Mike McCarthy old team. First time in the playoffs for Jordan Love. First time in the playoffs for C.J. Strauss, and they whipped ass today. Like, they whipped ass. 45-14. Unbelievable, unexpected. I had Cleveland. I was wrong. Dallas giving 7. I think Green Bay probably will be good with the 7. I think Dallas is going to win. I think Green Bay will lose, but they're going to cover the 7. If you got them with 7.5, I think 7.5 is strong. Next game, LA Rams. Matt Stafford going back home to Detroit, the Motor City. Detroit Lions, first year in the playoffs. Well, first year in a long time. First playoff game. Dan Campbell, everybody loves Dan Campbell. And Detroit had a great season. Last week they lost to Dallas Cowboys, went for 2, then the play got called back. Controversial on the call. Y'all know this shit is scripted and rigged. If you follow my channel, you know I believe this shit is scripted and rigged. I like Detroit minus the 3. I think they will win and cover. A lot of people is on the Rams. They're looking at Sean McVay, the whiz kid. They're looking at, Matthew Stafford as the better quarterback over Jared Goff. I think Detroit will win their first playoff game. I think they will cover. Also, Detroit winning sets up, because the number 1 seed, who is San Francisco 49ers, they play the lowest seed. Just like Baltimore Ravens, they're going to play the lowest seed. So right now it's looking like it's going to be Baltimore playing Houston again, even though they routed them in the first week of the season. Because I don't think Pittsburgh is going to win. I think Pittsburgh will cover the 10 points, but not win the game. I think Buffalo going to win money line. Pittsburgh will win with the 10. So if you're taking Pittsburgh with the 10, I think that's a good bet. I think Buffalo will win the game, though, straight up. I don't think they're going to cover no 10 points. Next game, last game, Philly at Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield woke up feeling dangerous. It's good to see Baker Mayfield in the playoffs. A lot of people was doubting him. A lot of people was counting him out. Remember, he had a lot of commercials, too. He had a lot of commercials, progressive commercials. He was at Cleveland Browns. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. And then they traded him out of here. Went to L.A. for a little bit. Now he landed and found a home in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay getting 2.5. A lot of people is on Tampa Bay. The weather should be good, 74 degrees, etc. I think Philly get right in this game. I think they remind us why they went to the Super Bowl last year. Couple of little dings and nicks and injuries. Jalen Hurts gonna play. The wide receiver, the skinny dude. I can't think of his name right now. He definitely gonna play. Now, what the fuck is his name? Let me get his name. Not Antonio Brown. What the fuck is his name? Not Julio Jones. I forgot they got Julio Jones. He don't even play no more. Oh, it's Devontae Smith. That's who I was thinking about. They're all gonna play because it's the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. Everybody's gonna play. It's gonna be a Monday game now. I think they win. I think they cover. So what happens is, I think Philly goes to San Fran. I think Detroit goes to Dallas, and we have a rematch of that, Dallas and Detroit game. I think Buffalo plays Kansas City. Kansas City goes to Buffalo, and I think Houston goes to Baltimore. Who I think gonna get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl? When it comes to the NFL, more than any other sport to me, because it's a one and you done. So, it's not like a basketball series, baseball series, NHL series where you're going to play the best of 7. So you got to win 4 times. Football, is one and you done. So whoever shows up the best that day, whoever got the most healthiest bodies that day, or whoever Vegas wants to win. Because we know this shit is scripted and rigged, and we know they going where the money goes. Yeah. Last year they made Kansas City underdog in the Super Bowl against Philly, and y'all know who we had, right? We put 2 bands on Kansas City, right? Because that's your money, son. We had Kansas City last year winning it all as far as when the Super Bowl came, etc., etc. This year, it's looking like Lamar Jackson, right? Like, they got the number 1 seed. He might win MVP. John Harbaugh, coach of the year, maybe, or should be the Houston coach. Then we got Jim Harbaugh winning the national championship. He might come to the NFL. I say, all right, if it goes the way it's going now, meaning Kansas City goes to Buffalo on the road, Houston goes to Baltimore on the road, that's the A. Philly goes to San Fran in the NFC, and Detroit Lions goes to Dallas, right? goes to Dallas because Dallas is the number 2 seed. I got Baltimore over Houston next week, right? Whenever they play. I got Buffalo finally winning over Kansas City at home. So then I mean Baltimore and Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl. And the NFC, San Fran playing against Philly again. I got San Fran. I don't think they want to see Philly in the Super Bowl again. Then you got Dallas and Detroit. Dallas beat Detroit only because Detroit went for 2. Then the player he didn't report in eligible and all this other shit. Detroit should have won. I'm gonna go with Dallas, even though they barely squeaked it out. So then you will have Dallas gotta play San Fran. You will have Buffalo playing Baltimore. I got Buffalo and Dallas. That's who I got for the Super Bowl. I could be wrong. It could be San Fran and Baltimore again. We just seen that. I don't know if they want that. We could see San Fran and Kansas City. We just seen that when Kansas City won their first Super Bowl. When they won their first Super Bowl. Who was quarterbacking for San Fran? Jimmy Pornstar G, right? And he missed them, overthrew them. They should have won. He overthrew them. So that's who I got for the Super Bowl. I got Dallas and Buffalo. I got Dallas winning. I got Dak winning his first one. Only because this shit is scripted and rigged. Obviously, things are subject to change. Things is fluid. But what we will be doing moving forward, being how Sunday Funday is pretty much over as we know it. Sunday Funday to me, if you follow my show, it's all of the games. Right now it's playoffs, so it's not Sunday Funday. It's only 2 games tomorrow. We will be on Monday. We will start giving out NBA picks every single day. Obviously, we already betting on the NBA right now. Tonight, my one pick was OKC. Let's see how they did. OKC, yeah, kid, that feeling dinner. OKC won by 12. We was given 11. We had OKC. Last night we had Phoenix over the Los Angeles Lakers. That was my one pick. Monday we're going to start giving out all of the picks. And we're going to start giving out who I think is going to win, etc. and all that. I also had New Orleans as a one pick. They beat Dallas tonight, 118 and 100. And I also had Chicago Bulls. Yeah, kid, that feeling. So we hit all 3 one picks tonight. We had Pelicans, we had Chicago, we had OKC for the one picks. I will be giving out my picks Monday. Every day we're gonna start giving out the NBA picks. Football season is pretty much over. It was fun while it lasted. We won some money. We lost some money. We gave out a lot of great picks. You know what I mean? With that being said, anything else to cover? Did I miss anything? I don't think so. I think that's about it for Saturday Night Live. Y'all know who y'all was tuned into. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid. It's better when you win money too. It's better when you win a couple dollars.